Hello there, Dan the Weatherman here. Welcome to my weather show. This is the global edition where we take a look at the weather going on around the globe, and to see what's going on, we first off look at things across the Pacific, looking at Australia, quiet spell there. We've had some very warm weather into parts of New Zealand, 30 degrees, summer-like. And not even summer, of course, and further north, some good-looking storms, lumps of cloud, really zipping along in the jet stream across the northern Pacific. We're getting to the time of year, of course, we're getting the cooler air working in. This is the zone of colour, the big block of cold in Siberia, that purple, that's starting to grow. We've already seen some overnight lows, minus 30 to minus 35. Greenland jumps out as well. Getting some cool surges too into parts of North America. We've seen some snow already, parts of southern Canada, the Great Lakes of the US. A taste of winter, and that heat and that warmth is certainly starting to spread south. 40-degree readings. I've mentioned the 30 there to parts of New Zealand, even seeing that across parts of South Africa and South America, and there'll be more of that to come. Just a snapshot going to last week. These numbers, wherever you see the red, that's mid to upper 30s, some of those 40s. I mentioned Namibia, western parts of South Africa, all because of the warm northwest flow. One thing we're getting the leftovers, a bit of a hangover from the summer over parts of the northern hemisphere, is the warm seas. This is the sea temperature. Wherever you see these red blobs or these yellows, that's 3 to 5 degrees above normal for the sea. So you think of like a big bath and you've got steam rising. That affects the weather system. So when you've all of a sudden got cold air coming out of the north of the continents, it meets this warm air, it just takes the areas of low pressure, and it's a bit like throwing jet fuel on them. Boom, boom, and off they go. They develop. That's the developing La Nina, that little blue area there. That will affect the weather for some areas going into the next several months. But with that warmth, with that cold, it brings just oomph in the atmosphere. The jet stream, we see the wiggles there. North America, this one particular one here, a good cool down over eastern parts of North America, and then that surges through. We'll see some extreme weather again moving into northern parts of Europe. The big block of cold is setting up there again across parts of Siberia, but all the while we keep things flowing further south, and that heat not only keeps growing, but it gets bigger and bigger across much of the equatorial regions. This is through the week. There's another surge. You can see some weather systems working through. We'll get some more pretty active weather. Let's zoom in first. We go to North America because we've had quite a coiled weather system working in. That brought some much cooler weather. You can see the cool surge there over parts of the east of North America, and through the course of the week, what happens? And by the way, look at all the red across many northern areas, and we're going into what is close to winter, and it's still above normal where you see that red, that blue. The blues are the cooler areas, so there'll be some surges, but notice some warmth too. So the cooler areas are not lasting that long. We've got plenty of that warm still hanging about. Close in view to North America, just to see that one swirl of low pressure going away there. You can see the trailing front, and you can see the darkness there. That's the daylight. When you've of course got dark across the Arctic, that's the big, deep, dark, deep freeze, which makes, of course, that cold more potent as it works its way through and surges down. This is, for instance, just in the last day or so, high temperatures across parts of the US and Canada. Blue, below freezing. Look at that. And then these reds, 30 degrees. That's the desert southwestern California. All in the span of some couple of, 1,000 kilometers or so, 1,000 miles. Quite a difference because of that low churning down the cold air, and at the same time you've got the warmth there. There's that low. So what happens this week? It's cold, it's blustery, wintry showers, parts of the Great Lakes of the US. That storm system goes away. The blue line, that snow line dropping pretty far south to the Mississippi Valley. Warm further west. That warmth will then spread through as we run through the week. Watch what happens to that low. It winds away. Bye-bye. One little surge with some winteriness on it for the Great Lakes going into Tuesday, Wednesday. Quiet the week down. There's a warm southwest flow. Another low winds up. That's got some good snow across Hudson Bay, Ontario, Quebec. Then we quieten things down, but then another cold surge comes in going into next weekend. Same sort of thing, in fact, we'll see across Europe. It's kind of the seesaw, up and down roller coaster ride. It's been quiet, but it's rather unsettled across parts of the Mediterranean, spinning low there. You've had high pressure, blustery into the Atlantic. Remember the warmer seas? That's bringing everything to life. That is going to go boom through first thing, but mainly across northern parts of Europe. One front there, into Scotland, into Norway. This guy slides through, quiet week, and watch the blue line. It's sitting there with high pressure, and then all of a sudden it goes down, colder surge into eastern parts of the continent through the course of the second half of the week. Look at that there. That'll be quite cold air all the way down to the Balkans. High pressure builds back in. So it's warm, cold, ups and downs for the weather once again. That's how it's looking for now.